Hi. So you guys all know that I'm not a huge fruit eater. For many reasons. The main reason being that the sweetness of the fruit kind of triggers my eating disorder. And it makes me want to eat more, kind of triggers that dopamine response. Also, fruit doesn't really fill me up, even though it has a lot of fiber. Now, in saying that, I am a proponent, as you've probably seen in my other videos, of wild fruit. Wild fruit being things like wild blueberries, wild strawberries. Why? Well, when they are in the wild and they are not cultivated, hybridized, there's no chemicals, things like that, they're a lot more nutritious. In fact, like hundreds more phytonutrients, a lot more fiber, less sweet, less sugar for whatever reason. Because of the higher fiber content and the higher nutritional value and not as sweet, I can eat them. They're not going to affect my blood sugar and I'm not going to feel triggered to crave more. So that's why when they are in season, in the wild, I will pick them. So I showed you about blueberries and strawberries. Did you know apples, same thing? So I was just up in the Canadian border last week and I noticed some wild McIntoshes. Do you ever go like up a street somewhere in the country and you see these apple trees and they just kind of like are like in either someone's yard or in the woods or something like that, and you see the apples and you're like, geez, are those good to eat? I wonder, are they just for the deer or what is it? No, they're really good to eat. You know, could someone have planted the tree? Sure, years ago, sure. Could just be someone had a core of a McIntosh apple and threw it out their window and a tree bloomed, right? But there's no chemicals. There's no spray. You know, a McIntosh apple, a wild one, has 470 more phytonutrients than a cultivated one that you get at the store. So, you know, here's your McIntosh apples that you get. Yeah, sure, you get them from an orchard, but let's face it, these things are, you know, they're supposed to be beautiful, they're shined, they are sprayed with chemicals, you know, so that they'll grow and you'll love them and you'll buy them in bags, right? So here's your Mac that you get at the store, and here is your wild one. Look at the difference. Now, when you open it up, they really oxidize fast. See, I cut this maybe 2 minutes ago. Look how fast they oxidize. Why? Because they're natural. This is what happens. A lot of times you'll find one of these apples and they'll have little like pits. When I was little, my mother used to say, don't eat those, worms are in there. No, they're not worms. They're just little calluses, that's all. You don't get that in a cultivated apple, but you get them in this. So a medium-sized Mac apple is around 15 grams of carbs. So something around this size is going to be anywhere from 5 to 7. But like I said, a lot more fiber, so no more blood sugar spikes. I checked my blood sugar after eating one, no issues, luckily. Always, if you're curious, if you're interested, if you're not, or whatever, pair it with a protein. I put it in my yogurt. So this is another example of a wild fruit that I will eat. Give it a try. Don't be afraid. If you see one in the woods, pick it, wipe it, wash it because there's probably dust or whatever, and eat it. It's really good. They're not that sweet, really crunchy, and really good. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy.